Pillars of Eternity 1 Ultimate Edition Guide. Companion Eder full build as a fighter. This build was made to work on Pot of the Dam difficulty, and if it works on the hardest difficulty available, it will work on all other difficulties as well. Let's not waste time, and let's go. First, to say what Eder contributes to the team. Eder should be played as full tank. Yes, you can play Eder as a two-handed bruiser or a supportive fighter and so on, but the best potential for Eder is as sword and board full tank. And this is one very boring build, but extremely valid for the hardest difficulty. So we're making a pure tank out of Eder. So from level 1, what we want is to go with 2 points into survival and 2 points into athletics. For the very first talent, we're taking defensive talent, hold the line for +1 enemies engaged. We want Eder to engage as many enemies as possible and tank them up. For level 3, we're going 1 point into survival, 1 point into athletics, and we move on. Now here, from the fighter abilities, the best one by far would be the defender. Additional enemies engaged with a defender, and we're picking the defender. For level 4, we're going into survival until we reach 7. When we reach 7, then we're just gonna max out athletics, and that's the plan for Eder. Why 7 points into survival? Because we can rest with damage reduction tier 2. Very simple. We go next, and here, now we're gonna take defensive, weapon and shield style. For the level 5, we're getting survival, and now all of the other points will go into athletics until you're max level 16. You need 7 points into survival. Because Eder is a tank, for the next talent, we're gonna take confident aim. Why? He misses a lot. Okay, so you want to convert those grazes to hits, and the first big talent that we're gonna take on Eder would be confident aim. Now on level 6, when we have survival, we're just maxing out athletics till the very end. For the talents, we're gonna take an upgrade to the defender, so we engage even more enemies with bigger defenses, so we're taking very defender. For the level 7, we go into athletics. And for the next big talent, we're gonna take Armored Grace, because Eder is gonna carry heavy armor non-stop. His armor speed penalty will be huge, 40, 50. We wanna reduce that, so heavy armors count as medium armors. That's why we're taking Armored Grace now. For the next level, we just keep the points and keep them for the next level. To go out with athletics, we just click next. And now we're gonna take Rapid Recovery to recover more endurance with Eder during combat. Now on level 9, we go with athletics. We say next. We're keeping 5 points for the next batch of athletics. And for the next big talent, we're taking critical defense. So Eder becomes Omega Tank with critical defense. For level 10, we're going with athletics, keeping 3 points. We go next, and now we're taking superior deflection in defensive talents, because now we want additional deflection on Eder. Yeah, for extra tanking. For level 11, again we go into athletics, and then we're gonna take the next big talent that would be Unbroken, so Eder refuses to die. Even more tankiness. For the next level, level 12, we just keep the points for athletics, and we're going to take Cautious Attack for extra deflection and -2 attack speed, but again, extra deflection counts a lot, especially against bosses. For level 13, we're taking athletics, and for the big talent, we're taking Sundering Blow for Eder to reduce defenses on, especially on tougher enemies, on big bosses and so on. Sundering Blow is a must. On level 14, we're keeping the points. For the level 15 to go with athletics, we just go next. And for the talent, we're taking Apprentice Sneak Attack, because you're gonna apply a lot of crowd control effects for Eder to trigger the sneak attack with your companions. Yeah. For the level 15, we go out into athletics, we say next, and for the final big talent, we're taking Unbending. Unbending provides us with extra healing over time, so Eder can never die. Unbending has 3 usages per rest. It's extremely good, especially against big bosses in a game. Eder will always remain alive and the last one standing if everyone else dies. With Unbending, he becomes a complete tank. Now, for the final level 16, we don't have any more skill points for athletics, so what we're gonna do now is go with survival, we put a point into lore, into mechanics, and a point into stealth, and we spent all of the points. Go next, and for the final talent, we're taking a defensive talent, Body Control, for extra defense against the most annoying thing in a game, that would be Paralyze and Petrify. If you know what you're doing, and if you know how to cast defensive spells with scrolls, with durance and so on, then you can opt in for an extra bonus knockdown. But my advice, just go with a Body Control. And that would be maxed out Eder. Now what about itemization for Eder? I played Eder early game most of the time with Larder Door, because that's the first unique shield that you're gonna grab along the way. The best one by far would be the Dragon's Maw shield that you can get in White Marsh, but that's the shield you won't be playing that much time with. Okay, the shield that's absolutely the best on Eder, and a shield that you're gonna spend most time with in a game would be Little Savior, because of the friendly aura or all defenses, and great deflection, as well as great defense against stun and prone. This is probably the best shield for Eder in the game. Of course, these are all the shields that exist in a game. If you want him to be a mega tank, Old Gerun's Wall Tower shield is absolutely great. And there is this one here as well, the Last Tower, that gives him Armor of Fate for extra tankiness. You can also use that one. And there is another tower shield, Die Clef, that's also very valid on Eder. I would not recommend playing with other shields that you see here. Okay, maybe you can play sometime with Birngar Solace, but again, once you find this Little Savior, that's the way to go. Of course, the best one would be the Dragon's Maw, Soulbound weapon, or better to say a Soulbound shield. Now what about weapons? Any one-hander. Early on in a game, you might use Whispers of Yenwood, because you're gonna fight a lot of ghosts, okay, a lot of wraiths, spirits, shadows, and so on. The best by far on Eder would be Macius, Starcaller, Gon's Share. I played a lot of time with the Unforgiven, and mega late game, once you finish with the ruins and you get a weapon, then you can transfer to the spear, one-handed Clodhaliat, because it gives tremendous amount of accuracy. Any weapon that gives accuracy, plus enemies engaged, plus to some of the main attributes, is the weapon or a shield that you wanna use on Eder. Remembrance Ashes is the item that you should always keep on Eder, so he can revive companions, because Eder has the least chance to die in combat, and that's why we're keeping revivals on Eder. Now what about armor? Eder always wants to have heavy armor. I played a lot of time with Argres Adra heavy armor. You always want heavy armor. Very good heavy armors on Eder would be Coat of Ill Payment, White Crest armor, he carries many scars, and the colored coat. These would be the heavy armors that you wanna use on Eder and nothing else. Your choice what you wanna go with. I told you what I went with Adra. Because Adra gave me second chance on unconscious, extra life. Ill Payment is very good because it gives retaliation. White Crest armor gives an overwhelming wave for additional crush damage. He carries many scars, gives him the best tankiness in the game because of additional armor damage reduction. While the color coat is an aggressive heavy armor which gives Wicked Briars. What about a cap? The best cap in a game is a company's captain cap, and there is no better cap than this one as far as helmets go. But what you want to do is get any helmet. So you want any helmet that will provide extra tankiness to Eder, like Constitution, like extra athletics, immunities to certain effects, immunity to stuck, immunity to petrify, immunity to this, immunity to that. Okay, that's what you want on there until you get the company's Captain Cap. For rings and amulets, we always want flat Fortitude Reflex will ring in one slot, and in the other slot I took Might, cause on a cape here I had Perception and I got the extra deflection. Instead on a ring I got it on gloves for extra deflection for a day. As far as boots go, I was playing with patchwork boots. Basically all boots are valid on there. Pick those that provide extra tankiness. And for the belt, I was playing a lot of time with a mortal protection for the less damage taken from crits. The final stats on there should be looking like this without buffs. So these are flat stats: might, constitution, dex, perception, intelligence, and here athletics and survival. That's how it should look like at the end of the game. That would be the build for Eder. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching.